I'm back for another video. I know this one is not 90 Day Fiancé Season 7 Episode 2, but I will do Episode 3. I'm sorry, it's just been a very busy week. It's just been a busy week. That's all I can say. I've been kind of lazy. Well, no, I've been kind of busy and lazy about this, but yeah. So what I am gonna review right now is Love After Lockup season 4. Actually, it's Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup season 4, episode what the fuck is it? Episode 17. Season 4, episode 17. Dirty Little Secrets is the name of the episode. Why? Oh, okay. So sorry, I had to think of the secrets. All right, so the first couple that we're going to talk about is going to be Chaz and Branwin. And that's this lovely couple right here. Right here. All right, and so in this episode, Chaz finally gets some. Y'all. It's been a whole month since they've been married, and they had finally consummated the marriage. It's really awkward and it's very cringy, but let's be honest, every moment with Chaz and Bronwyn is cringy because she clearly does not want to be with this man. And it's funny because it's like, who's making you be with him? Unless it's, I mean, obviously it's a I don't know, is it a parole thing? No, because then she would have to be at his house. I don't know why she's married to him. Is it for the money? I don't know. I can't remember. But either way, as we left off in the last episode, Branwin was giving Chaz a lap dance, and that lap dance apparently led to, some nookie. And so Chaz is obviously super excited, and Branwin just kind of looks like defeated, like she had to give up and give in and she didn't want to. But it's almost like, well, it's like she's programmed. Like, who's operating her from behind the scenes? Because her reactions to anything he says are just so, it's almost like she's working. Yeah, like she's getting paid to please this man, and like she responds to him very robotically. Like he said, it opened with, "You're gonna have to stop giving me those lap dances because I'm gonna get turned on." And then she has no reaction, but she does say with no emotion, "Okay." And then I guess he's trying to make her realize that, I'm just kidding. So he tries to make another little joke and says, "Or don't stop because, I don't mind them." And she looks up at him and realizes that, oh, he's joking. And then she says, "Oh, you're so cute," and gives him a little kiss. And I don't understand what the kisses are, because then she immediately, like, the way she positions her head, look right here, the way she positions her head is almost like she can't, like, face him. Like, maybe his breath stinks really bad. I've done this before, where you, like, hold your head downwind of their of their breath so that they're not breathing down and you can smell it. And that's almost just like how she's laying. But just the way she kind of responds to him is just like who's running you in the back? But whatever. So she gives this fake smile, and she's like, she's barely present. I don't know if she's back on drugs. I think she's back on drugs, and that could be why she wants to stay where she is, because that's where her drugs are, and she knows that her friends aren't going to stop her, and Chaz is, because Chaz wants the best for her. So, she always gives this, like, weird, nervous chuckle when he makes a dumb joke. And, it's just the way the way he kissed her. Oh, I can see why she's just kind of like, but then why stay? And then the way she responds to him when he gets kind of needy is just kind of very, like, pushy, like, standoffish. So why are you married to him? I don't know why you're married to him. I don't get it. But anyway, she compared Scott Scott. Ugh. Ew. Probably because they're both, Anyway, She compared Chaz to a soft, cuddly butterfly during sex. Okay. I mean, okay. But then there's one thing, they're like in the parking lot leaving the hotel, I guess. And then there's one thing that keeps bothering me, that bothers me every episode about this girl. Look at this ponytail. Comb this fucking ponytail. If you are going to keep using this ponytail, comb it. If you want to keep, what is it? God, what's the word? I don't know. If you want to keep reusing it, comb it out. If you're going to change the style, at least comb the fuck out. I don't care. It's like she looks like a Barbie doll, literally, and I want to comb it. I just want to comb the hair out. Just get that fake little teeny brush and just comb the fake ass hair out. Because why are you just walking around with this nappy? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So anyway, they're in the parking lot, leaving the hotel, and Chaz puts all the bags in the car, and he decides, I'm gonna extend my stay without discussing it with her. He says, I'm gonna extend my stay a couple of days because we had fun last night, and I think we were really connecting. And so Branwin is thrown off, supposedly. Well, yeah, of course she's thrown off, but she gets very defensive, and she's just like, well, why are you doing that? I told you I have school. I told you I'm busy. I told you I have this, and that. And then he's just like, well, I know you have school. I'll work around your schedule. And I don't know. It's all very creepy. In my opinion, that would be a turn off because, like, I know that's her husband, and he even says, you're my wife, and I wanna spend some time with you, even if it's just a little bit. But discuss it with me first. Like, don't just be like, okay, well, I've decided. Like, I don't know. Discuss it with me first because I don't know. I guess it's because I can tell that she doesn't like him, and so I just know it's uncomfortable for her to be in that situation, even though she's putting herself in that situation. Because, like I said, I don't get it. It's just very awkward. It's like you want to scream at the TV and just shake her and be like, "Girl, if you don't," and just let this man go. And then you want to reach in the TV and smack his ass for being like, "Look at this nerd. Look at him. Look at how his shoulders are hunched over, as he like is." Sad and depressed after she says, after she's like, why are you coming? I don't want you to come. I don't think you should do this. It's going to stress me out. He's just like, okay. And then he just like sulks and starts to cry. And then he turns and walks away and lights up a cigarette. And then he starts crying some more. And so Brandon tries to go talk to him, but like she's programmed to do. But, he doesn't say anything. He takes his ring off. He slams it right there next to her. And then he walks off again. Because I guess he doesn't want the cameras to see him crying, probably. Because then he goes in another corner on the opposite, like, side of the parking lot. And just, like, hides his face like this and cries. And it's just like, poor little Chaz. He had so much hope for this marriage. But it's like, why? You couldn't see the signs? And so Branwin goes to talk to him again, to try to calm him down, or I guess make him feel better because he's crying. But the way she approaches him this time is to say, you're tripping. And he's like, yeah, I'm tripping. I'm trying to spend some time with my wife and she doesn't ever want me to, blah, blah, blah. And it was funny how he said it, but it was disrespectful that she said that he was tripping because she knows he's not tripping. She knows that he's valid in feeling how he feels because she does not want this man. And so she ends up telling him, well, I mean, yeah, you can stay. I was thrown off. That's all. I was just surprised. So we'll see how that goes. And there was also, while they were in the parking lot, there was a phone call that she got that she pretended was from some counselor, but it was from some guy that just got out of jail. And I swear to God, he sounds like he was black. And I bet you guys that he's light skinned. I can just hear it. If he's not light skinned, he's white. Okay, but we'll see. All right, so the next couple we're gonna talk about is Lindsay and Deontay. Oh boy. I like hate talking about them because we already know that they're broken up. So it's like, what's the point? But it is interesting to see. I mean, no, it's not. It's really not interesting to see. It's pathetic. Deontay, you're pathetic and sad. He always thinks some girl's the one. I swear to God, when this time before he met with his mom, he said, "I'm pretty sure Lindsay's the one." If I could find a clip, I would show it where I swear he said the same thing about Nicole. Anyway, all right, so Lindsay and Miley Grace are in this dress shop or whatever, I guess. They're looking at, well, at the moment, they're looking at the fake, like, costume jewelry that they have to sell. And Lindsay tells Miley Grace that a pair of fake earrings in jail goes for $250. Why? Where you going? What you need them for? Anyway. On top of, never mind. Anyway, so she says, well, yeah, it's only at some prisons. Not all prisons will let you do it. So what you taking prison tours around the country? You know the amenities of all the prisons in the country? Some of the prisons, most of them, enough to compare. That's not good, Lindsay. But I will say she is really maturing since we first laid eyes on her. So anyway, this is Miley Grace's first pageant. It's a senior pageant, I guess. It's something they do as seniors in their school. And Lindsay did it when she was the senior. And Miley Grace was like, but didn't you lose? And she lost, but she was runner-up. But the dress she has on, oh my God, look. It's like she came straight from, or she thought it was who's the best Avril Lavigne, Britney Spears impersonator, look-alike, whatever. Because what is this? For a pageant? For a pageant. And how'd you get runner-up? What did the winner look like? Oh, God. Anyway. So they're continuing to shop for her senior pageant, and Deontay keeps calling. Now, what angered me about this scene is that Lindsay said that she told Deontay what she was doing today, and he supposedly is repeatedly calling her back to back, and it's not because it's anything urgent and like it would be that she could handle for him, but it's because he's going to talk to his mom about moving to Mississippi. Who told you to do that right now? We just talked about this, and we definitely didn't say it was a definite. We said it was a maybe. Why are you talking to your mom already? Why are you making decisions already? You didn't discuss? Because she doesn't seem like she knows. Like, I guess he didn't tell her what he was doing today. I don't know. Or she didn't care. But anyway, it could also be the producers calling, because the number of times that he called, I can't. Like, I would not. Especially if he knew what she was doing that day. It's just like, why, sir? Why? And she can't turn her phone off. She can't turn it on vibrate because she has to be able to answer if the parole officer calls. But that also kind of confused me, because it's just like, well, what if your phone like went dead and you weren't home and you had to go home and get the charger? But I've never been locked up and I've never been on parole, so I can't. I'm not gonna wood because I'm scared. Anyway, so he keeps calling her, and he ends up leaving her a message because she doesn't answer. Ever. She doesn't answer this entire episode. She does not talk to this man. And so he leaves her a message saying, I'm going to go talk to my mom, so wish me luck, and I love you, blah, blah, blah. And so she's, trying to give Miley Grace her full attention. So Miley is like, who is it? Who keeps calling you? But not like that. And she tells him it's Deontay, and so she asks, are you guys in love? And she was just like, I love Deontay, and it's not that I don't want to talk. I just can't right now. Because she's trying to give her full attention to Miley. She hasn't seen Miley in years. She's trying to reconnect with her, which is the reason that it pisses me off about Deontay, because as much as he can mock her lines from the show, he should know that. Anyway. And so it also is weird that she says she can't put her phone on vibrate, but looks like she has a Samsung, and you can definitely mute a notification for a certain phone number. Yeah, you can definitely turn his phone call, his notifications on silent, his phone calls on silent. So that's a whole scripted thing or whatever. But so anyway, Deontay is going to meet his mom to talk about Mississippi, but they meet up at some furniture store. I don't know. I don't know why. Why would you be looking for furniture in Virginia if you're about to move to Mississippi? Why are y'all at the furniture store? This is the best place the producers could come up with to have this conversation. So anyway, he wants to meet with his mom in a public place to tell her this because then he'll have witnesses around. Because he knew she was going to go off. He knew she won't have it. And so she brings up, they're in the store looking at like kid stuff. No, right when they get in the store, she's just like, I thought you had money problems due to Nicole. Yeah, this man is in debt because of Nicole. Like that, and that's how did you let this little white girl trick you like that? How did you know what? And I'm not even gonna say it's because she was white. I'm gonna say it's because he's dumb. And he's gullible. And he will take anything from anyone. Any female. Any kind of love that he'll get, he'll take it. Obviously. And so his mom, because she brings up Nicole, he's just like, Nicole is irrelevant. And he's just like, why? Ain't nobody even talking about her. First of all, yes, we are. Second of all, she's not irrelevant if she's the reason that you're in debt. So I think your mom has the right to bring her up for a moment. Anyway. So he tells her that he's going to, that he's thinking about maybe moving to Mississippi. And she immediately hits him with the pillow. She did not care about the witnesses, okay? She immediately hits him with the pillow and says, I'm not here for this foolishness. I'm really not. I'm going. And then she tells him, like, if you're going to continue to do this with these inmates, I'm not having it. I'm not here for it. I'm not supporting you. I'm out. And so he walks out and he's just like, are you serious? What do you think she was going to say? She said the same shit with Nicole. What did you think she was going to say? You think she was going to be like, okay, go? Actually, he did think she was going to say that. He said, it's never just a good job, son. I'm happy for you. Why would there be? You are in debt because of one inmate, and now you're thinking about moving to Mississippi for another inmate. What is there to celebrate? Pay off a bill. Okay? Clean up that credit score. Chance is worried about his credit score. Why aren't you? Anyway. And that was the kind of the end of them. Yeah. The rest was just about Miley Grace in the pageant and Lindsay wanting to show her the pageantry ways, which she's only done it that one time and she did lose. So I don't know if I would trust her, opinion. Anyway. So now we have, we're going to talk about Puppy and Amber for a minute because they're not interesting at all. So I guess they're coming back from the store where they just found out that Puppy is pregnant. And Amber's just like, what are you going to do? Are you going to tell him? And she's talking about Eric, the fiance. And so Puppy's just like, I don't know. And that's the theme of the episode, not telling people that we're pregnant. And so she gets home, Puppy gets home, Amber drops her off. And she walks in the door and Eric is just sitting there watching TV. And she tells him that she got some shirts for him. So she pulls out these shirts, which are nice. They're nice. He dresses very hood for what he looks like. But anyway, so she tells him that about Amber's new boyfriend and how they're going to go on a double date together. And Eric is just like, not me. I'm not going. I'm not dealing with it after that last meeting we had with her last boyfriend. No, I'm not. And that was, I don't even remember his name, but he got mad because some guy ordered a drink for her when they went on a double date. Some guy ordered a drink and sent it to her table, and he got mad at her. I guess that was her fault. Oops. Oopsies. Okay. Well, what are we gonna do? Alright, so what else happened? So then he gets up and grabs his stuff like he's about to leave. Mind you, it's nighttime now, which I thought Amber dropped Puppy off in the daytime, but we're not gonna go there. It's nighttime. He gets up and grabs his stuff off the couch like he's about to leave, and Puppy is like, well, wait a minute, I have a surprise for you. And he's like, what is it? And she says, I got a job, or I applied for a job. And so he said, okay, where? At the store that you just got this stuff from? And she was just like, yeah. Like very theatrical, like it was very acted out. And that was annoying. But he bought it. And so he got upset because he's just like, well, what you need a job for? Do we look like we need anything around here? Ain't you good? And so she was just like, no, but I mean, I need some structure. I need like something to get myself together. And he got upset at that too. And then she ended up asking where he was going because he's walking out the door at this point. And she it's just like, well, where are you going? Are you going to see your ex? And he's just like, well, you've been out with your ex all day. And she's just like, what are you talking about? And then we remember that Puppy and Amber dated. And he's just like, yeah, you've been out with your ex all day shopping. And then walks out the door and says, I'll be back when I'm met. Whatever, sir. So she doesn't tell him that she's pregnant, obviously. But the next day, Amber comes over in the morning when she's like first waking up, and she asked if she told him, and she said no because she hasn't had time. And Amber's like, okay. But what Amber doesn't know is that he left last night and didn't come home. And also this morning I guess he did come home at some point this morning, but I don't understand. He was home this morning, but he said that he went out to the store. She wasn't there when she woke up. So he said, okay, I went to the store. This is when Amber questions him about it. But she did tell Amber that as soon as he got home, he put his shirt in the washing machine. Amber's like, and you're just sitting there cool with it? Like, and she's just like, I mean, I don't know why she's so cool with it. She's just like, well, she did say it's because she doesn't want to, she's scared to not be with him. Or she really wants to be with him or something. And when things are really good, they're really good. And when things are really bad, they're really bad. That's called toxic. That's called toxicity. And I would know. And so when he comes in the room, he makes a little joke about knowing when Amber's there because she knocks on the door all hard. And then she starts to question him about where he was last night. But he's just like, I mean, who told you all of that? And she's just like, I'm just asking a question. So they go back and forth until Puppy's like, I told her, damn it. And then he's just like, well, why would you tell her that? And it's just like, why wouldn't she? You know, that's her best friend. That's damn near her sister. Why wouldn't she tell him that? Tell her that, and it's something that she's upset about. Why wouldn't she tell you that? I don't know. Maybe she doesn't feel comfortable coming to you, obviously. But anyway. So when Amber starts to question him, he gets all defensive and then she's just like, well, where are you going? And he's like, when she knows where I'm going, I'm guessing you'll know where I'm going. And so Puppy is just like, all right, well, have a good day. And then he's like, mm-hmm. So then Puppy is like, well, what do you think about that to Amber? And Amber's like, we need to go follow his ass and find out where he's really going or what he's doing. And so Puppy's just like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But then Puppy is just like, Amber is just like, girl, put your shoes on, come on. And Puppy's just like, okay. And so they get in the car and they start to follow him, but it's very, I don't know, because of how like they recorded it, it was like they were following him like right directly behind him, which wouldn't make any sense because obviously he would see them. He knows Amber's car. So it was probably like a camera car or whatever following him, and they were like a few cars behind him. But they still ended up finding him and getting off the same exit as him. And so the road is closed, and so they have to like divert, so he's gonna see them. And they don't have a choice but to like confront him. So he gets out of the car and goes to ask them like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And so he asks, are y'all following me? Y'all, this is what y'all do with your day. And Amber decides to speak up and is like, I just want to see what you're doing. I don't like what you're telling her. I don't like how she's feeling, and I wanted to figure out what you were doing. And then he's talking to Puppy while Puppy really has nothing to say because she feels horrible because she didn't even want to start following him in the first place. Whatever. And so he's just like, you don't have any words, and she's just like, oh, he's like, oh. And so he ends up getting pissed and skirts off, and then Puppy gets sad because she's just like, everything is all fucked now. And Amber was like, girl, everything has been fucked. Why? This isn't what fucked everything. And then she got mad because, or Puppy gets mad because Amber takes care of her or tries to take care of her problems, even though she did it when she was in prison and it was good for her. Now she wants her to let her handle her own problems. But then Amber is like, well, don't call me. Don't call me complaining about him, because I don't call you and ask you what's Eric doing today. What did Eric do to fuck up today? You called me and tell me that shit. I walked in the house and you told me that shit. All I asked you was, did you tell me you were pregnant? So yeah, she says, don't call him, don't call him B anymore. You know, because how you think I'm gonna act? If you know how I am from in prison, we were in prison together, bitch. How you think I'm act when you tell me somebody isn't treating you right? Anyway. Now we're gonna move on to stupid Brittany and Marcelino. All I want to say right here is not all I want to say, but in a nutshell, Brittany brought this on herself, and her anger is misdirected, 100% misdirected. So Brittany drives to Amanda's job because she's angry still that Marcelino sent her this dick pic, and she never got a dick pic. She asked for it the whole time she was in prison, and he would never send her one. But he just randomly sends Amanda one, and I don't know if she asked for it. That hasn't been made clear yet. But he sent one. He sent her one either way, and she's just so caught up in this jealousy about getting a dick pic that she's just like going off on the wrong person right now. She hasn't even spoken to Marcelino. But either way, she drives to Amanda's job. She calls Amanda and is just like, I'm coming, I'll be up there in 5 minutes because I want to talk to you. And Amanda, who hasn't heard from her in days because she's tried to talk to her and she hasn't replied, it's just like, you're about to come up now? Okay. I'd be like, first of all, bitch, don't bring that shit up here. Do not bring that shit to my job. I will call you later. I've been trying to call you. I will fucking call you later when I can. Do not bring that shit to my job. Goodbye. But that's not what she did. She said, okay. And so, Amanda, according to Brittany, is just as guilty as Marcelino, which I don't know. I disagree with, but I don't know the whole story. I don't know what was said before the pic was sent. I don't know what was said after the pic was sent, because neither does Amanda. She doesn't remember. I don't know how. And she must have like deleted that message or those messages, because that can't have been the last message that he sent, unless it was and she just stopped responding. In that case, why would Brittany be so upset? Who knows? We don't know the whole story. Editing. Anyway, Amanda knew she was mad because she hadn't told her. So she said she tried to hit her up, but she didn't reply. So she was just trying to give her some space. And then that's when she said she didn't tell her about the picture, but I don't remember that. I don't remember her not telling. Well, I don't know what happened in what order, because they just messed it all up. First of all, we've been on the same 2 nights with them for the past 5 episodes, so everything is just all jumbled. Anyway, Brittany wants to know what Amanda said and if she sent him anything back, and she, kind of stutters because she says she doesn't remember anything. Ultimately, Brittany doesn't believe her, and she punches her dad in her shit because of it. She's pissed off that Amanda kept that tidbit from her and didn't tell her about the picture, and didn't tell her that Marcelino was in communication with her through Instagram. And so she just punches her dad in her face, like almost the same style that Kevin popped that guy. I don't even remember what his name was, because he got knocked out TKO style, and that was the last time we saw him. But yeah, that's how Brittany hit Amanda. And Amanda's shocked. Amanda is very upset. Like, she hit her, and then she punched her a couple more times, and then she pushed her to the ground. She didn't even give her a chance to fight back, which I can picture that out of Brittany in prison. And then Amanda kept trying to argue with her. Not argue with her, but just be like, what the fuck? Like, you're fucked up for that. And so she just kept going. They kept going back and forth. And it's just, Brittany's just like, you want to go? You want to keep going? Do you want to keep going? Because I can keep going. And so the production security ultimately tells her to go back inside to her job where this happened in the parking lot. Like, bitch, you couldn't have waited. You couldn't have waited. And when did Amanda even move that close to Brittany and Marcelina? Anyway, so the security tells her to go back inside so that he can keep them separated or whatever. And then Brittany leaves, and she's just like, if she would have just told me the truth, then that wouldn't have happened. But anything she would have said would have been a lie to you. So what do you mean? You would have done that anyway. How do you know what the truth is if you don't know what the truth is? You know what I mean? Like, if she would have just told the truth. Well, if she's saying that she didn't know, how do you know that that's not the truth? Your truth, you want to hear the truth you want to hear. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear that she did participate and she did feed into this, which she said ultimately she did not. So, I don't know what else we're going to find out next episode, but now she's on her way to finally talk to Marcelino, who she should have talked to first in the first place. She's on her way to finally talk to him, and she's saying she's going to give him the same energy that she gave Amanda. Girl, I want to see you punch Marcelino. Please give him that same energy, because your anger is seriously misdirected. First of all, you really shouldn't be mad at either one of them, because you dragged them both into this threesome situation. You begged and pleaded for this threesome, and now this is what you get. Don't bring other people into your bedroom. Don't bring friends into your bedroom. The fuck? It's an ex. Have fun with that. Anyway, let's move on to Sean and Sarah. Today is their wedding day, of course, as we know. And Sarah is getting dressed, and she's ready for the first look, and Sean is too. But what we see actually is Sean meets with Gracie, and Kelly is actually the one that goes to talk to Sarah. Now, Sarah was really excited about this first look because it was going to give her, it was going to be able to ease her nerves a little bit, because she was going to be able to see him and just, know for sure if, this was a right decision. But I don't know if this is Kelly that planned this, probably production, because there was a serious miscommunication. Because how did Sean didn't seem surprised that he was meeting up with Grace, but Sarah seemed super surprised to see Kelly, and Kelly knew that she was going to be surprised to see her, because she said, "You must be surprised to see me." So I don't know who set that up, but that was grimy. That was shady. And she still didn't get the first look. You still could have given her time for the first look. That was really fucked up. Either way, that's what happened with that. And so Sean is talking to Gracie about how his actions have been so far, and the bad decisions that he's made in their lives, and how he's apologetic for it all. He owns up to everything, and he apologizes for it. And his daughter is just kind of like, well, I don't want this to be another situation where it's just it just seems like we were like your trial family, and you were just practicing for this family where you're now going to be this perfect dad, where we got trash, we got nothing, which is very sad, because his justification for that, which last week he said was because Kelly was very argumentative and confrontational and always wanted to push him into arguing, and he got beat by his dad, and he didn't want to have that effect on his kids, so he left, which is cool to remove yourself from the situation, but you still have your kids. You can't get a house and they come over on the weekends. Y'all do every other week. Yeah, you come over on the weekends or whatever. That's how I did. There's nothing wrong with that. So your apology is great and all, but it's still BS, because what about us? Now you're going to be a perfect dad to this baby, primarily because you're on TV, and you don't want anybody to see you look bad now that you came up. And that's fucked up, but, I hope they end up working it out, because they did look like they were going to, but they always have to make it seem like that at the end. Anyway, so back in Kelly and Sarah. Kelly wants to warn Sarah about what she's getting into, which I think is very unfair, because Kelly dated Sean at a time where she dated Sean. Sarah dated Sean at a time where she dated Sean. They both have different experiences, and I don't think like Kelly obviously isn't a fly on the wall in their relationship, so she doesn't know, how they are operating, but obviously they're fine. They're literally about to walk down the aisle. I think she knows what she's getting herself into. And so she's basically just like Sarah's just like a little pissed that she's there because she just doesn't understand. Obviously, she thought she was going to be seeing her husband, Sean. Scott? Sean? If I've been saying Scott, I'm sorry. I meant Sean. I don't know why Scott is on my brain. Jesus. Didn't he die? No. Okay. Anyway, Kelly knows that Sean, she knows Sean one way, and she knows that he lies. I'm sorry, Sarah knows that he lies, and she knows what she's getting into. She knew that walking into it that he was a liar. He lies about dumb shit, like most men do. And she really didn't need for Kelly to tell her that. She didn't say that, but that was obvious. But she still understands that, that Kelly had her experience with Sean, but she didn't know Sean at that time. And the people that she had dated, Sean is a huge step up from, because they were abusive to her and would treat her bad. And she, he doesn't do any of that. He basically treats her like a princess that he lies to constantly. But he lies to her because he doesn't want her to be mad at him, obviously. And so they have a little conversation, basically a little like tender-hearted conversation where they kind of see eye to eye and are just like, I think Kelly was expecting, like she said, she was expecting to meet like a monster, an ugly monster like Destiny, which she is. And she couldn't really, it was hard for her because she was just like, she's gorgeous and she seems really nice, which she is, really cute, look. And then she is really nice. Like, her mom raised a really good kid, and I was trying to remember what she went to jail for and how long she was there. Because not all women are Destiny. Not all women that have been locked up are Destiny. That was just the one woman that he dated, and she just happened to be just the trashiest. And WeTV, forget y'all for wasting our time with this teases and little snippets of Destiny going to ruin Sean's wedding. I knew it was never going to happen, and she was never going to get there. And the way they did it was just so like, oh my God. It was just like, get off my TV. Get off of my TV right now. Because she went into labor. She's 7 months pregnant. Guess what? I still don't care. Don't put her on the show anymore. Because she doesn't deserve anybody's attention. Like, I want her gone. I want her off the show. I don't understand why we're still here. Why are we still talking to her about her? Do we owe her something? Like she thought Sean owed her? Does the company owe her anything? I don't know. Anyway, so back to Sarah and Kelly. They agree that they're going to work on things in the future, and I hope they do. I hope they come together as like, mom or wife and ex-wife, stepmom and mom, and kind of mend the family together, because he does need to be there for his 6 other children. All right, so now we're going to move on to Brittany and Ray. Basically, Brittany doesn't care that her dad does not approve or is not giving his blessing right now for the wedding. Her mom does, and that's all she needs. So she's gonna start planning. Okay? And so she said she was good. And then so they're going to the dress fitting, and they're talking about, she's like, some brides have 3 dresses, because I guess she's planning on getting 2. Do you know I wouldn't even be able to pick 2? I'm so indecisive. She's up on the podium, basically not really happy with the dress selection, and I would be just like, and that's just for her first gown. She got other gowns to try on for the reception. I would be overwhelmed, like there's too much. And I'd be on the podium, like, looking at other dresses that I didn't ask them to grab. Like, can you grab that one? Oh, wait, that one looks cute. Let me try that one, too. Like, I can't. It's too much. Just give me one dress. One dress. And that's if I was to get married. Don't think that's happening. Either way. So, she says she wants a ball gown for her wedding and a more fitted gown for the reception. And, so the lady goes to find the dresses, and then as they're looking at some dresses as well, her mom decides, oh, you know what, have you ever thought about a prenup? And so Brittany is just like, a prenup for what? Which is the same thing I was asking, like, what assets does she have that are you know, that big of a deal? I guess because I don't have anything. I don't understand prenups. I don't really care about them because, like I said, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I don't see the problem with them either, I guess. Especially after her mom kind of explained that her and her dad just kind of worked hard to be able to give them their property or land. And so I guess that her mom is just kind of worried about that and wants to make sure that nothing will like hinder her from that or keep her from being able to keep that land, I guess, for the property. And so ultimately Brittany ends up saying, you know, well, I guess I'll talk about it. I guess I'll talk to him about it, but like, what should I say? And so her mom just kind of tells her basic information. But then they move on, and Brittany's trying on the dresses, and she's, like I said, she's not really feeling it, but I think it's because she said she wants to come back, like she feels good doing the dress fitting, but she wants to come back and not talk about the prenup. Because as usual, her parents had to ask 18 million questions about Ray, even though he's already consistently proven himself to them. Like, how many times do you need him to, like, he's basically, every concern that y'all have had, he's doing something about it. It's not like he's not paying his restitution. He's making sure that he keeps that up. So what's the problem? What is the problem, Dad? That was a flip too. Like, what? Thought the mom was gonna say no. And then it has to be annoying for Ray too, because he doesn't have parents. I don't know about his dad. I know we have met his grandma, but he doesn't have parents, and he's always just like constantly trying to prove himself to his future parents, and he can't. And he's gotta feel left out because he's trying really hard, and yes, it has to be frustrating. But anyway, so Brittany says something to him about it, even though she knows it has a negative connotation. She says something because it was just something that was mentioned. And Ray is basically just like asking a bunch of questions, like, well, why did they bring this up, and you know, what do we need to do? Do you think we need one? And then he ultimately gets, I'm sorry, I keep saying ultimately, where am I getting that from? Then he gets he gets frustrated, and he basically is just like, you know, this was a happy moment for me, but your parents have taken away my joy, because this has either been they don't accept it, or they put in prenups in your head already. And it's just like, I just wanted to celebrate. I just want to celebrate this moment and be happy. And right now I don't feel like I belong. And she told him he was overreacting, but that was because he was just like, he basically said, I guess the way he worded it made it seem like he didn't want to have the wedding, which he has already said, so he probably doesn't. But either way, he walks off mad and tells her to go talk to a lawyer and do whatever she needs to do about a prenup, but walks off mad. And so she's sitting there just like sulking. Whatever. All right, so now we're going to end off with Taylor and Chance. Okay. So Chance has been looking at a house without letting Taylor know. And he's at this house right now with, I guess, his friend and a realtor, and they're looking at I can't remember if it was a 3-story. It was like a 2-story house for $175,000. And the realtor asked him, well, how many people do you have that you're trying to move in? And he says, well, I have 3 kids then me and Taylor, and then her sister, which was shocking to me that he included her. I was like, oh, that's very nice. That is very nice. But we found out later as they're touring the house that I guess his plans are to put her in like a shed or a storage container in the backyard and build some kind of like apartment there for her. I don't remember how many. I think it was a 3-bedroom house. So I guess that would, put Bobby out, but just like stop trying to put her outside in the backyard or in a garage or something. Don't do her like that. That's her sister. Anyway, Chance got a $200,000 conventional loan, so he decides to buy a house and surprise Taylor. And his plan that he has not discussed with her is to rent the house out, and is to purchase this house and rent her house out and have it as an asset. Hasn't talked about any of this. This is what he's doing, but he hasn't talked to Taylor about any of this. He's smart, I will say that, and he's ambitious, but communicate, please. Okay? Let's not be frivolous with the coins, okay? All right, so we also see, while he's looking at this house, supposedly, that Taylor is waiting for pregnancy test results. She calls her friend because she's scared to look at the pregnancy test, and her friend is just like, girl, which is the same thing I would have done. Like, what do you want me to do? Look at it for you? Turns out that is what she wanted her to do. They were on FaceTime, so she showed her the test, and she wanted her to look at it for him, and she said it was bright and it was very positive. And so Taylor was just kind of not really happy, not really upset, but she was just kind of like in a worried mood because of money, of course, because she had to, now she's going to have to put any money that she has towards the wedding, towards a baby. And she's not very happy about that. Well, yeah, she's not very happy about that. And so she's also scared to tell Chance. Why are we doing this? Why do we keep doing this? Did they not put their penis inside of you and collectively make this baby with you? Why are we scared to tell these men that we're pregnant? Not we, but them. What? They participated. What do you... And then the way they don't tell them, and I know it's because of editing. I know it's because they have to keep the drama going. But the way that they just like linger on in this kind of like limbo where they're just like, I'm thinking about telling him right now, but I don't think I'm going to, and just fucking say it. Just say it. Just tell him. Please, let's get it over with. Because both of y'all, they go on a date to this pizza place where he orders a bottle of wine. She sits there and watches him order the bottle of wine that he obviously says that they're going to drink together. And he orders a pizza and he orders something for her, some corn nuggets or something. And so the wine gets there and she's just like, you know what, I'm not going to have any. I would have been like, you couldn't have said that while I was ordering the wine. Now you got me drinking this, because the waiter didn't care. He tried to get the waiter to care, I guess. And the waiter was just like, oh, well, now 2 glasses for you. I'll be back. Like, your problem, buddy. But that was stupid to me. And so then they end up having this conversation about, Taylor actually tells him that she's like nauseous, and she's nauseous on the way there. The look of the pizza is making her nauseous, and she's been tired and blah, blah, blah. And so he literally lists out every single symptom every single pregnancy symptom that she had, and says, I'm kind of wondering now, like, what's wrong? And doesn't like, what? You didn't put that together? You didn't put that together? How? Good job, we. But anyway, they continue to go about this fake date where they pretend not to know each other's dirty little secrets. And while Taylor is not telling Chance that she's pregnant, Chance is also not telling her about the house, because his whole objective is to surprise her with the house. His thing is, what he's doing even with the car and the rims, is surprising her. Is it a surprise? Seems more like, I'm going to be making the decisions and I'm going to ask for forgiveness later and you're going to deal with it. And I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to discuss a thing with you. Everything is a surprise. Okay? You need a new microwave? Get one when I get it. Surprise. Surprise, we got a new oven. Oh, surprise, here's a new baby. Surprise, here's my girlfriend I made that baby with. Surprise. That's what I think's gonna happen. But you never know. You never know. Chance is very smart. He's cunning. Chance Cunningham. Anyway, so she says to him, she wants him to communicate more about things that like that when it comes to making big decisions and purchasing things for large amounts of money. And he's just like, well, it doesn't change anything but our credit score. And I'm wondering, do we have a credit score, or isn't it individual? Do you have, when you get married, do you have a collective credit score? I wouldn't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand why he keeps saying that. And then the way he described like paying off the credit, the $50 payment that he made and then adding 50 points. I don't know if that's accurate either. Can't be. No. It can't be a point per dollar. That doesn't make any sense. But whatever. And so, while they're having this argument about not spending money or being more communicative and not having a whole lot of money to spend, Chance is just like, well, I could be doing gigs out there for making $100,000 or $2,000 every week, but I'm sacrificing these opportunities to be with you and the girls. Why? Did I ask you to do that? Even if I did, why? We need money. You want to buy rims and shit. Why would you do that? $1,000 to $2,000, and you want to say no so you can chill on the couch with me and the girls and knock me up? That's stupid. You're more of a hustler than that. Go hustle. So then, he gets kind of upset because he's just like, I planned this nice little evening for us, and now you're kind of ruining it. We were supposed to leave the stress at home, and now you're kind of ruining it with all of this, like, so manipulative. It was so disgusting. Ugh, I cannot stand how people do that. But he was basically just trying to make her feel, like, gaslight her and make her feel bad about not appreciating the date or whatever, and complaining about things. But I'm sorry, sir, we need to be realistic. You trying to get married, and you also trying to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars that we don't have because you got excited about a little credit card. Credit cards are nothing to be excited about. And then so yeah, that's all for them for the end of the week. But she didn't tell him. That's another thing, she did not tell him. So I guess she'll tell him next week. But yeah, that's about it. So let's wait and see what we got for next time. Surprise. Show you what it is. You'll see what it is soon. Peace out.